welcome back to our channel. My name is Shay. I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari.
I am Tyler, part-time seller on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark.
And this week is going to be another reseller recap, which you guys seem to enjoy. And we have some really good things in here. And one, I guess, shocking thing that you have to stay to the end for because my mind is still blown. But before we get into it, you do have a t-shirt.
I do have a t-shirt. Become an Obliviator now. Which, for those that know, it's Harry Potter.
So it's a nerd shirt.
I'm gonna keep that card and keep it proud.
Let us know if you guys like it. Okay, so let's get into it. As we always do, we're gonna start with goals. And as you guys know, I did up my goal to $200 a day.
Yeah.
And here we are, still not hitting my goal at all. So
you were close. So last week, it's been a little bit of a slow go for December. You finished at around $1,300.
$1,308 for the week, for last week, yeah. So that means my daily average was approximately $186.90, which is close to my goal. So if we're going to be honest with ourselves, I do think there are things in my control that are causing this problem. One being that I do not list on weekends currently. I was listing on weekends when I was doing 200 a day. But at 400 a day, I am finding it is a little bit more difficult to find enough inventory. We are currently sharing a car, so that does kind of limit the amount of time I can source.
Fingers crossed that might change soon.
Yeah, we are working on that. But then there's just also, I just don't always know where to go. There's limited places, so once I've gone to the local haunts, you gotta kind of drive. I did actually do that this week. I did an hour drive out, and it was a decent spot, and we'll actually be talking about it more later. But yeah, so there's a lot of things going on, but come January, I'm hoping that I push through that and I get to at least listing on the weekends, and hopefully we'll see an increase. So
she can hit that goal and then extend it even further. Keep her accountable to people and make sure that she keeps growing.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Okay, number 2. So Poshmark released a bulk upload tool. Now, I don't exactly know when this came out. This has been all over my Instagram and Facebook in the last week, but it may have been out sooner. I don't actually use Poshmark on the computer ever.
No, she's very much a mobile on the phone kind of person.
Yeah, but so we took a look at it because there's been mixed, mostly negative reviews.
Justifiably negative.
Yeah, so basically what this tool does is it allows you to use a CSV file to put in a bunch of information, the listing info for the item, and bulk upload as many as you would like. So there are problems, right? So the first problem that I noticed was the photo. So I take all my photos on my phone and then I upload straight to my phone and do all of that. So you are able to use your phone photos apparently if you use a cloud service. I use Google Photo. I know people use Apple Cloud. So people can use that, but it's an extra step, and you also have to use some weird URL thing for the spreadsheet. It seemed complicated. Then you noticed something too.
So the biggest problem that I see that almost all resellers that I know store things in bins. Like we are no exception. We have a bunch of bins on the sidewall, and we use the SKU field on Poshmark to put what bin it's in on the listing. So when it prints out, we can see that and go find it. So the SKU system on the bulk upload is just not at all helpful for that. It's going to be a distinct separate thing from a bucket, which if they had asked any resellers, they would have known that that's a problem.
Now, in Poshmark's defense, I do think that the reason this is the way that it is that it's set up for retail use. As we all know, Poshmark has started allowing Levi's, Free People, places like that to come on their platform. And I think that this was meant for them. They do have individual SKUs for inventory. That's how it's normally done.
Yeah,
now,
greedy bastards are just trying to sell out to the corporate interests.
Ignore him. But if that is what they want to do, what they need to be doing is adding a location field that also prints out on the label. I noticed in their template that they had the bin system noted, and it was under other info. As far as I know, unless that has changed, that does not print out on your label. So that is a useless thing for us. You cannot actually access the other info once an item is sold. So, dear Poshmark, please fix this, because how would we use the bulk upload tool?
Or just ask before you do something crazy. Talk to people that use your system.
Yeah, so I am not going to use this. It doesn't seem useful for me. But if you guys have tried it out and you have opinions, I would love to hear them. So please leave that in the comments. Maybe you guys have better experience than I have seen. I haven't really given it too much of a shot because it just seemed like too many issues. So let us know.
Next is sourcing highlights from the last couple weeks.
Yeah, and so these are actually kind of fun. So they're different than normal. They're not just, you know, the big brands, right?
So the first one I wanted to talk about, because it's seasonal, is the box of ornaments that we just sent out, actually. It was the Christmas Story ornaments. So the Red Ryder BB gun, all of the different...
The fragile box,
yep.
Things like that.
It was missing the leg lampshade, which is a shame, but...
Yeah, so there's actually different sets. So this was a set of 5. I'll post a photo somewhere because it actually sold already very quickly. But there's different sets of 5, and apparently the one with the leg lamp is the most valuable. Yeah. But it's Christmas, and I figured I might as well give it a shot. It was $3. Why not? And yeah, sold
within a day for like $20.
So if you are looking in that Christmas category, make sure that you're looking up the ornaments because people are shopping for them.
Next would be another thing you found on your own. You find a lot of things on your own.
Yeah.
It's the vintage Mickey shirt.
Okay, this is adorable. This was misplaced in the thrift store. This was in the women's button-down top section, but this is definitely a men's item.
Yeah, it's definitely men's.
But yes, it's vintage Mickey. It is Mickey Unlimited. Is that what it's called?
Something like that, yeah.
And it's just adorable. Red, striped.
It looks like you're part of a barbershop quartet.
And if it fit you, I would totally make you wear it. It's a little bit small.
Sure.
It's a large, but it's vintage, so it's small.
It's a medium.
But there's embroidery on it. It's just adorable. So hopefully somebody loves it. But anything Disney is my jam. You will see this if you watch our channel at all. So for sure, I was excited to find that. And then finally, this is a weird one. So I paid far too much for this jacket. Don't ask me how much I paid because it was too much. But this is Orla Keeley. I think that's how you say it. So she's an Irish designer. She's now defunct. She doesn't make clothing anymore. I do think maybe they make other things, but they're well known for their patterns. And they were made famous by Kate Middleton. But this jacket is adorable. It's got like adorable pink and brown print. There looks like there's little planes flying in. It's from the 2013 collection.
It was a seaside print with like birds and like boats and stuff.
It's a plane. It's a plane. Okay, we are going to put an up close.
No, nope.
Yes, we are.
It's a boat scene.
We're going to put an up close on the screen sometime now, where you can see the actual print. Because I did actually take an up close photo for the listing, so that people could see. And you guys tell us, what is this print? It'll actually help me because I can add the keywords to the description. So what is the print? Let us know.
And then next, you wanted to talk about your wonderful experience out and about without me.
Yeah, this is positive. Yay. Okay, we don't do positive things often.
Mostly just its horrible experiences.
So thrift store employees, as we all know as resellers, can be kind of an experience either way. We've had our share of negative.
Oh yeah. We've had people that accused us of the tag swapping.
See link to video here.
Somebody sprinting around the store as an employee that almost fell headfirst into our cart.
Oh, that was at a Thrift with us.
Yeah.
We can do another link to a video here. We've also we went up to a register and we wanted to know the price of an item because there wasn't a tag on it.
It was a new with tags Max Mara, and the new with tags price, which no one's going to pay at a thrift store, was like $900.
Right.
And they wanted to charge us like $70 for a Max Mara. And it's like, no, it's just a normal pair of pants.
Yeah, and we were very nice about it. We were just like, oh, no, thank you. Really appreciate you getting the price. And the person who came over to price it was like, oh, of course, because they wanted to flip it to resell. And was like rolling her eyes and being so rude. So we've had our share. Now, you do have a thrift store.
I do. One of our local thrift stores has this gentleman who is just so positive. He's always happy and he has a smile on his face and he's a delight. He really is. By far and away my favorite thrift store person to deal with on a regular basis. Just so happy.
Yeah, and I mean, I love him as well. But I went to a new to me thrift this past week, and I think I made my thrift store bestie. I think. Yeah, so we bonded over Mary Kate and Ashley DVDs. I don't care if you want to judge me. Come for me. There's that. But all the nostalgia, I think we're close in age, although we both think we're really old, so that was more of what we said. But yeah, she collects things that are 90s, and so she knows a lot about the nostalgia stuff, which I need, and also collects Disney things, which of course is another category that I'm in. So I haven't told her yet that I'm a reseller. I'm working on it little by little.
He's into that. Yeah.
Little by little. But it actually makes me really happy to have an employee that I feel comfortable around, because when you have those negative experiences, it almost makes the thrifting not fun, All right, so do we want to go to what everyone's here for? Everyone wants to know what our thumbnail is talking about.
So yeah, you almost committed a felony.
The long and short of it is I was trying to sell an item and somebody messaged me and they said, hey, I'm interested in a bunch of items in your closet. Unfortunately, you don't ship to my country. Now, I do the global shipping program. If you guys don't do that, you should.
Shout out global shipping. Yeah.
So I looked up to see this country that they were from was Mexico, and I wanted to know, does the global shipping program work there? Because truthfully, I don't know all the countries. There's a lot of them. And yes, it does. So I was really confused on why my dress was not shipping to Mexico. So I reached out to eBay customer service and they basically just said to me like, hey, it's not eligible for the global shipping program, so ship on your own.
Don't ship on your own to Mexico for used clothing. Don't do that.
Yeah, and it felt weird to me because I was like, well, I mean, at least tell me why you guys aren't offering it before you tell me to do it on my own. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they're supposed to actually get back to me. They reached out to that department. They haven't done it. It's been over a week. But I did Google it. And what did we find out?
We found that Mexico has made it illegal to sell used secondhand clothing as a way to protect their textile industry. So people are forced to buy new items rather than recycle.
Yeah. So it will get rejected at customs. I don't know how strict they are. I don't know like if they're like opening packages and all that kind of stuff, but I do know that I'm not risking it.
Well, like you can legitimately put yourself on a "you're not welcome in this country" list.
Yes. So, moral of the story, guys, is if somebody is trying to purchase from you and you are selling used clothing from Mexico, I would recommend not shipping it. I know that there are probably going to be resellers out there that, recommend posting it as a new with tags. People can tag items like with the tag gun from Amazon. I'm sure people do that or other things like that to skirt the system. I don't recommend it. I also don't recommend speeding. So my bar for what I recommend on the illegal scale is pretty low. But yeah, I would say just note that it is illegal in Mexico and it could probably get your store shut down if people found out you were doing illegal things. So let's not risk our businesses, friends.
Interesting side note, there is an underground used clothing market that has sprung up in Mexico because people want things that are secondhand because they're often a lower cost, a higher quality item. And so, yeah, there's now basically like an underground drug ring, but for used clothing.
Can you imagine being in jail and be like, oh man, what'd you get nabbed for?
Murder.
Sold a t-shirt.
I sold a vintage t-shirt.
I mean, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing about it, but it's a little bit funny. But yes, so moral of the story, please don't do this. Don't sell used clothing in Mexico. Okay?
That's everything we got.
That is everything we have. I love these reseller recaps. If you guys love them too, please make sure that you're letting us know in the comments. That helps us know and helps YouTube know to keep pushing these out to people. So let us know. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back really soon with a new video.
Thank you for watching.